Alright guys, hey, welcome back to another stream here. Still working on this one puzzle room. So one thing I want to do right off the bat, I want to make a cooler effect going on when we turn everything on. So giant ring, unhide puzzle. Okay. Let's see, because I want it to flicker. But I don't know if I can. It's going to be complicated. I guess for now, I'll just work on the main puzzle part. So the first thing we need to do, we gotta convert these lever sections of each of these switches here. Gotta convert them to movers. Let's see here. Convert mover. There we go. Then F4, go to collision. Let's just give them collision again. Okay. How many of these are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there's 7. Okay. Let's see. Because the first thing we need to do, we need to animate this to go up and down. So maybe like that and like that. Let's see. How do I want this to work? I got it. So let's select one of these. I'm going to select one. Go back into Kismet. Go find an empty space here. Let's go new, matinee. Double click on that. Time to animate this. Okay. Puzzle. Switch. Right click, add new movement track. Let's see, how do I want to do this? Okay, cool. Could read this maybe shorter. Just like jump. I'm going to start these down here. Start at 28. There we go. Get out of here. Okay. Now let's create a new boolean, new variable, bool. Let's name this switch1. Okay. Right now, switch1. Let's copy and paste this. Grab the next switch's intervector. Right click, assign it, change this to switch2. We name that switch2. Oops. Okay, keep going. Almost there. So right now I'm just setting up booleans for our switches here, so when they're used, they can go from true to false, and when they're not used, and things like that. So when they're in this down position, they're going to be false, and when they animate up to our up position, they'll be set to true. And then depending on what's true or what's false, we'll move some of these enter vectors here in their trigger volumes. So it's going to be kind of complicated. I'm going to try to get as far as I can today, but I may need an extra day or two to get everything working. So let's just keep working. Let's keep pushing on through. And the reason why, you know, with the matinee here, it'll animate the same way. You just replace which actor is actually animating it. It will work. I'll show you in a few. No, that's true. Okay. Now one last time. For our 7 switch. And we're good. So let's move these over. Let's just expand these a little bit. Give them some room. One of my goals is just to make my Kismet sequences look pretty, too. I don't know why. This is something I enjoy doing. It's not really necessary. I think I lost a variable. that one's long gone. Okay, what I want to do, I want to get a new action, set variable node for bool. This is what we're going to do. Let's get a new named variable here. Bool name switch 1. So that's going to be our target. The values could be a new variable there. It's going to be set to true. And every time that's completed this matinee sequence, that's going to set this variable to true. And when it's completed, that means it's going to switch up. And then when it's reversed, it's going to switch back down. You just got to set this back to false. So let's take care of business here. Okay. Now let's start copying and pasting these bad boys. This is where it gets kind of redundant, but you know, it has to be done. We just gotta change these variables for each one. So this would be switch 2. So let's keep going. This is going to be very, very, very long process. So just so everybody knows. Oh. Okay. Boom. Boom. Switch 3. Switch 3. So far, so good, gang. We're doing pretty good. Now for the 4th switch. Boom. So just keep on attaching them. And just switch the switch name so it matches. And we should be good to go. Let's see here. We're about halfway there. Halfway there. I'm halfway there. Okay. Okay, keep going. Oh, we forgot to switch the switch name. That would have been close. I would have been like, why is this not working? But we should be good. And here we go, last one. We forgot to do the switch again. Silly, silly me. Keep going. Okay. And then now our last switch here. Boom. There we go. So now we have it set up. So whenever this animation is completed, when it's first used, it is lifted up, and that's being used. It's set to true, and when it's down, it's not being used. That's set to false. And what I want to have happen is like all these different combinations will open and close certain gateways there for us. So that's going to be the complicated part, and I may not be able to do that today. I may need to plan it out on paper first, and then in order to, basically execute it. So what I want to basically do is just set up everything in preparation for that. So I'll have all these switches, being able to flip up, flip down, have triggers there, have each of these be able to move, just animate those. I think I should be good for today, and then I'll continue this during the day. I'll actually start planning it and things like that. But either tomorrow or the following day, I'll start working on it again, implementing it, making sure it all works. But we should be good to go at that point. So what I want to do now is I want to create some triggers, 7 to be exact. So let's go down. Let's do add actor, add trigger. I like to make them a little smaller in terms of the draw scale. There we go. So let's just create multiples there. So I can't really see this one very well. And there we go. Okay, now we have our trigger set up. Let me just save this really quick, just in case something happens. Now that we have that set up, what I want to do, I want to select the first trigger, go to our first switch. We have to expand this a little more. Grab these, move them to the side, just a little bit there. Then what we're going to do a new event using trigger 11, which is the one we selected. We're going to do used. Now with the used, what we need to do, we've got to do new action. I believe it's under MISC. No, it's not under MISC. Switch. Here we go. And then just a switch. And let's do 2. Nope, not 32. Just 2. There we go. Let's go used and in. And also with the used, we need to make sure we have 0 there so it can be used an infinite amount of times. Link 1 will be playing. Link 2 will be reversed. That's basically all we need to do. Let's see if this works. Okay, so far it worked, but we couldn't do it an infinite amount of times. I believe there's something in the switch. Looping, here we go. We just gotta make sure looping's checked there, and now that'll switch up and down an infinite amount of times. There we go. Boom, 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 boom. So now we just gotta do that for all of them. So we gotta just repeat the process here. Let's just expand this out. Move these aside. Copy and paste these. Disconnect those. Now we need to replace the trigger with the next trigger, so let's select that, right click on that, and assign that there, and then have everything plug in the same way here. So let's double check this one. And once we know this one's working, we can just, do it for all of them and not need to worry about it not working. Yep, there we go. Boom. So let's take care of that. So that's good. So let's just keep going. You just gotta keep pushing forward. Like, I wonder if I made like catchy songs about UDK stuff, people will be able to learn it faster. Oh, I already did that one. Let's do this one. Boom. So far, so good. Boom. Boom. Next one. Copy and paste. Then assign. Just keep going. Boom. Disconnect. Select the next trigger. Let's assign it. Play. Reverse. Go around the corner. Down on the corner. Out in the street. Boom. Boom. Just hit paste. Nope. Boom. Boom. Now we just need to assign it. So far, so good. Last one. Okay. Paste. Put it right there. Disconnect. Play. Reverse. Assign the last one there. And there we go. Everyone should be doing it, so let's just double check that real quick. Let me save. Cool, everyone's doing it so far. Cool. It's good. Alright, cool. Everybody's working the way it should. Next thing I want to do, I want to add a sound effect for when you pull a switch here. So let's go into our content browser. Let's just do UDK game, sound of cues. And let's just find a, just gotta find a good noise basically at this point. Nope. Nope, we don't want music. Pick up. That's pretty good. So now we gotta go into each matinee here and add it. This is a really, I know what I should have done was add that sound at the very beginning to the matinee sequence and just copy and paste it with that. Didn't really think ahead. It's my fault. So I'll learn from my mistakes here. So let's go into each matinee here. Right click, add a new soundtrack. Hit enter. And also to play on reverse. Oops. Well, what we'll need to do is create two soundtracks. One for how it goes normally, and then play on reverse. So it plays on each one. Yep, there we go. So that's what you have to do. So let's add that to each one. Add a soundtrack. Let's add another soundtrack. First one, just play it normally. This one, put it at the end, hit play in reverse. So keep going. You know, sound effects, not a lot of people really pay attention to sound effects too much, but they add a lot. So it's good to have them in there whenever you can, wherever it's applicable. Oops. Okay, cool. Just a few more. And as long as you have it selected in the content browser, all you have to do is hit enter on the soundtrack there, and it'll just know which one we're talking about, which is really cool, I think. It's super convenient. Alright, last one. That wasn't too bad. There we go. So let's save, and let's make sure everything's working. Cool. 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 Alright, so they'll do it. So the next thing I need to do, I believe, I'll do a touch event with each of these triggers. So when you touch them, it'll say like, you know, press E to interact or whatnot. So let me just remove these a little bit. From a little forward. Okay. Okay, we'll start with the last one since we're right here. So new event using trying touch. Infinite amount. Do okay. New action. Voice announcement. Play announcement. Announcement text. Press E to interact. Touched. Play. Simple enough. So let's do that for each one. Might need to make room. And then we just gotta make sure we replace all of them with the right trigger. So, cool. Gotta keep going. Okay. No, we just gotta paste it. Just replace it. Paste it and replace it. Yeah. Boom. Boom. Last two. Cool. Cool. Awesome. So that's really it there. So let's see if that's working. Honestly, we want to make sure they're always working. Let's go. Okay, cool. Cool. So far they're all doing it. Boom. Boom. And last but not least, Boom. Okay. Like, I feel like this light part I don't think is working. So it looks like it's turned on, right? Do I not enable that at all? So let's leave those alone for now. Giant ring, play sound. Oh. Unhide puzzle. Turn on this light. I'm so confused because it looks like it's on. Lighting needs to be rebuilt now. Cool. Whatevs. Okay, so all that's working. Really want to get a flickering effect going. But I'll work on that later. Let's see. At this point, I kind of want to take a break from working on this. I got the switches, all the way I need to go. All I need to do now is just animate these, all 13 of them. So that's going to take a while. It's going to be kind of redundant. But I want to save that for later. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to stop the stream here. But don't worry, I'm going to continue it maybe in an hour or so. So just keep an eye out for that, okay?